You booked the flight for the beaches. You'll leave wondering if you accidentally wandered into a real-life Jungle Book, stumbled across Atlantis, and then had tea with Indiana Jones. Because Sri Lanka is not just one trip. It's 5 countries in disguise, packed into an island the size of Ireland, with better curry and more wild elephants per capita than anywhere else on Earth. But here's the twist. Most beginners completely mess it up. Wrong time, wrong coast, wrong assumptions. So stick around, because we're skipping the brochure cliches and giving you the real beginner's guide to Sri Lanka. Before your beach holiday turns into a soggy monsoon misfire with a surprise cobra sighting. First things first. No, Sri Lanka is not India's sidekick, spin-off, or cousin from Colombo. Yes, they share some cultural threads, Buddhism, spice levels that require insurance, and an obsession with cricket. But Sri Lanka is its own beast. And what a beautiful beast it is. This is a place where 2,500-year-old temples stand next to colonial train tracks, where monks use smartphones, and jungle ruins are casually crawling with monkeys like extras from a budget Planet of the Apes remake. If you came expecting budget Bali, prepare to be outclassed by actual ancient kingdoms, a leopard in the bushes, and a fisherman balancing on a stick like it's a TikTok stunt. Spoiler, it's not. Here's where first-timers panic. Sri Lanka doesn't have one rainy season, it has 2. And they tag-team the island like weather is a competitive sport. So here's the cheat sheet. West and South coasts, Colombo, Gale, Marisa, etc. Best from December to March. East coast, Aragon Bay, Trincomalee. Flip that, May to September. April and October, weather roulette. You might win. You might get soaked in your tuk-tuk on the way to a surf lesson taught by a guy named Ruin who swears he's related to a prince. So choose your coast wisely, or spend half your trip hiding from angry clouds and Googling emergency poncho delivery. Here's the classic rookie trap. Land in Colombo. Spend 2 days in Colombo. Wonder why people said this island was magical. Don't do that. Colombo is chaotic in the way socks disappear in a washing machine. Instead, treat it like an airport with a few spicy snacks. Then get moving. Sri Lanka is all about the journey, literally. The famous Kandy to Ella train? It's not just a train ride, it's slow-motion screensaver heaven. Tea plantations, misty hills, locals selling pineapple slices with chili salt. And you, leaning out of the door, living your best eat, pray, scream from the wind moment. If you want ancient Sri Lanka in your face, head north to the Cultural Triangle. This is where the beginner becomes the believer. Sigiriya, a 200-meter-tall rock fortress with a royal swimming pool on top, built by a paranoid king. Full villain origin energy. You climb it, you sweat, you stare in awe. You get photobombed by a monkey. Dambulla cave temples. Over 150 Buddha statues packed inside gold-painted caves. It's like stumbling into a Buddhist Marvel cinematic universe. Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa, ancient cities that make Angkor Wat look like the sequel. You'll need a bike, sunscreen, and a crash course in Lankan Kings with names longer than your booking reference. It's hot, it's vast, and it's the part most beach-first travelers totally skip. Mistake. Now for the coast, where your soul gets a tan and your stomach files a formal thank you note. On the southwest coast, you've got options. Marisa is where palm trees lean like they're posing. It's great for beginner surfers, whales that breach like show-offs, and smoothies served in coconuts with zero structural integrity. Anuradhapura feels like a bohemian beach town that's been meditating since 2009. Yoga, Ayurveda, craft beer, brewed by an ex-software engineer from Colombo. Gala Fort, a walled colonial city where Portuguese, Dutch, and British architecture all somehow coexist peacefully, unlike most group tours. East Coast? If you hit it in the dry season, Arugam Bay is surfer heaven with a sprinkle of party mischief. Think barefoot raves meets hangover-curing kotu roti. Still with me? Cool. This is your friendly reminder to hit save, because planning a trip to Sri Lanka without this info is like ordering hoppers without sambal. Technically possible, deeply disappointing. And if beaches are your thing, check out our video on the Big Bali Beach Guide. You're chasing that same laid-back and sun-drenched vibe. Look, you don't go to Sri Lanka and not see wildlife. That's like going to France and skipping bread. Yala National Park is leopard country. It's basically the jungle version of a fashion runway. Leopards, elephants, peacocks, crocodiles, and that one tourist who wore perfume to a safari. Udawalawe is your elephant documentary in real life. No fences. Just giants in their element. And if you really want to test your beginner status, try Wilpatu, the park with the fewest crowds and the highest chance of feeling like the only human in a National Geographic episode. Then there's the hill country, cool air, misty mornings, tea fields so green they make your retinas question reality. Ella is the star, full of dramatic cliffs, waterfalls, and cinnamon rolls that could win awards. Hike Little Adams Peak at sunrise. Watch trains bend around curves like slow-motion choreography. Drink tea at the source, and for once in your travel life, slow down without feeling like you're missing out. Because up here, the reward is the pause. Sri Lankan food is a glorious, spicy mess. Rice and curry? More like 12 little curries snuck onto your plate disguised as side dishes. And they're all better than anything you've made in your air fryer. Hoppers. Bowl-shaped pancakes with an egg dropped in the middle. Street food MVP. Add some coconut sambal and regret nothing. Kotu roti. The sound of it being made is part of the appeal. Chopped flatbread, veggies, egg, meat, and enough clanging metal to terrify a cymbal. Oh, and buffets. Locals skip them. So should you. Follow the tuk-tuk drivers at lunch. They know where the good rice lives. Here's what you won't read on TripAdvisor. A local in a sarong offering directions with the grace of a diplomat. Monks blessing your bus before it barrels off at light speed. Dogs napping on pedestrian crossings like they own the place. Strangers feeding you mango slices on a train because you smiled. Sri Lanka isn't just a destination, it's a feeling. And beginners who arrive with expectations often leave with something much better. Stories. So there you go. The beginner's guide that actually prepares you. Come for the beaches, stay for the chaos, the kindness, the curry, and the culture shock that feels like a warm hug. And if someone asks, why Sri Lanka? Just tell them, because you wanted to visit one place and got 6 for the price of one. Now go, book it, dodge the monsoon. And don't forget, always trust the guy selling jackfruit on the side of the road. He knows what he's doing.